Young MISSIONAR.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Texans and the Browns on Thursday night.
Along the shores of Lake Erie, the Dog Pound already in full roar. We welcome you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. After this, the games count for real. Good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, back in the day, it was 6 preseason games, then 4, now 3. So here we are, this one, the last tune-up before the regular season gets going.
Yeah, and I know it's easy to start looking ahead to the regular season, and of course there's an excitement that comes when the games get real, but for so many players on these rosters, this is where careers and opportunities are made. I know from talking to these coaches, they're coming in. This game matters. It's how they build the roster. It's how they make the last.
Final dress rehearsal before the regular season gets started in a couple of weeks' time. And off we go here in the NFL preseason finale. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
These preseason games, Mike, they could be a little bit tricky because on one hand, you want to protect your starters. You want to make sure you go into week 1 of the regular season as healthy and as prepared as possible. But for a lot of the guys on this roster, especially these backup quarterbacks, this is a great opportunity not only to prove your worth in the NFL, but these are a lot of valuable opportunities and reps that don't necessarily come once the regular season gets kicked off.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
A second down throw for Stroud. To the left side, and caught by Schultz. And they'll take this down inside the 35. First and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. In motion now, it's Collins. Here's the Florida Gator, Dameon Pierce. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. It is 3rd and 10. Stroud going to set up to throw. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This one from 49. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
This taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
Make no mistake about it, Mike, even though these games might not mean a lot in the grand scheme of things, they certainly matter when it comes to the evaluation of these rosters. You just can't replicate these situations of live reps in practice. So what do coaches do? They give guys a little bit of taste in the preseason games. Can you separate yourself from the rest of the pack? I'm excited to see who steps up, who makes a case to snatch one of these roster spots over these next couple hours.
Putting the tight end in motion. Back to the air once more on second down. He's got his man. That's Hunter Renfrow. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They bring Judy in motion. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
The Texans offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. They'll send a tight end in motion. On play action, Stroud.
Mike, did you see how hyped the sideline got after that run after catch? I thought the bench was going to run out onto the field to celebrate. He refused to go down on first contact and second contact for that matter.
This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. They gain 18 yards on that one. 1st down for Houston.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
On 2nd down, Stroud. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Stroud gives it to Pierce. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Stroud. Here's a deep shot for Pierce. And this will be incomplete.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Browns offense ready for their second possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He's got his tight end, Quatoriano. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. First carry for Joe Mixon. Woo. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now, Stroud. And that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. I mean, he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On the ground, it is the rookie from Oklahoma. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rush.
And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And the Texans will have great field position right around midfield.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
The Texans offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a handoff to Pierce running left. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down. Back to throw. Stroud. Open man, that's Collins. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. One of the tight ends in motion right. They'll go play action with Stroud. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position. But this time, he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And this will stay a 3-point game.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Texans who have the early lead. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. He'll look to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's...
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Azeez Al-Shire.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Texans offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
25 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. In motion now, it's Collins. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with a 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. They put a receiver in motion to the left. Now, faking the give. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional. And after that last incompletion, it's really the story of the game. This offense has had a really hard time that can lead to points. You can sense the frustration, not only on the sideline, but really in the entire stadium. They've got to get something going, especially early in these drives, so they can find themselves in scoring position and come away with some points.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Texans offense make their way out to take over once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
It is a big-time play for Houston. 47 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's Pierce. Oh, making defenders look silly out there on his way into the end zone. Dameon Pierce. Touchdown, Texans. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice drive to start. The home team's offense ready to They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that play.
This play right here is just a clear example of just how hard it is to bring this back down, Mike. I mean, he had to break multiple tackles just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But give credit to the defense. They kept bringing bodies at him. Actually able to get him down for no gain.
Here's a 3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Back to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
We see more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
There's Nico Collins and his Texans teammates getting set for their next possession. And it may be time for this team. Throwing a second defender out of mid. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They finish the preseason on an up note. Now they'll have a couple weeks to get ready for the season opener coming in September. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we wish you a good night from Cleveland.